Hi, this is Justin King again with Nest Real Estate. Thank you for coming back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over the top 5 cities to raise a family in the Inland Empire. For this topic, I gave a little more weight to things that I would consider if I was moving my family into a new city, things like education, atmosphere, safety, and ease of entertainment. Also, I should note that this list definitely is not definitive, and it is based on information that I pulled from websites, online forums, reviews, online Q&As, and lastly, my experiences growing up and living in the area the last 30 plus years. Also, stay tuned to the end. I'll let you know what city I grew up in, and also a few bonus cities that I feel could easily make the top 5 in this list, and I really did have a hard time dialing this down to only 5 cities. Also, this isn't to say that any cities or areas that didn't make the list are bad places or crappy areas to raise a family. The IE is a big place with just under 50 cities, so whittling it down to just 5 was pretty tough. Also, before we dive into today's content, if you have any questions or have any interest in moving into the Inland Empire, I'm a local real estate agent, so please do not hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, email, all that information is below. This channel is about everything IE, and that goes from traveling, living, moving, experiencing. And if this is information that you do want to know or are trying to research and find out and get to know the area, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We do have people reaching out, calling us, looking to relocate to the area, and I absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about moving or relocating to the area or just have general questions to get started, reach out to me day or night. I'm here for you. Now let's get into the content, and in no particular order, we'll go over the top 5 that I feel are best to raise a family in. Number 1 is going to be Rancho Cucamonga. Receiving its name from the Native American word Cucamonga, which means sandy place. Rancho is frequently nominated as a top place to live and was even nominated as one of the happiest places to live in the US. The median income is on the higher side, and homes are more affordable than the neighbors in Orange County, Los Angeles, which is located about 37 miles to the west. Healthcare and education are big industries in Rancho Cucamonga, making it a great place for long-term residents, making it a great place for long-term career prospects. On top of having a really great public education system in Rancho Cucamonga, you've also got some pretty unique things to do in the city, like the Dodgers minor league affiliate team, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and the Los Angeles Kings, go Kings go, minor league hockey affiliate Ontario Reign. Also, there's a good sense of community in Rancho. You find a lot of kind of neighborhood activities. Also, there's a really good neighborhood feel, kind of community feel in Rancho Cucamonga. A lot of the communities will put on things like neighborhood concerts and other events, for you to take the family to and just kind of enjoy the place you live in. Number 2 on the list, we have Corona, also known as the Circle City and formerly known as the lemon capital of the world. Corona is highly regarded as one of the safer cities in the area, as it has one of the lowest crime rates in Southern California as a whole. And location-wise in the IE, it's very ideal, as it's the first city you hit coming up the 91 from Orange County. So as far as travel for commute, it's probably one of the easiest to get to and from work if you work in one of those bigger areas. One thing I personally like about Corona is it feels like it's actually a very well thought out city, as you have all your restaurants and shopping kind of in one area. Housing kind of follows the same path as tract homes, and housing are all in another area. So if you want to go shopping, it's one area, houses are another area. You're not driving to random spots to get to each individual little thing. Also, the Corona Norco School District features some of the top schools in the state and definitely some of the top schools in Riverside County. All right, and then number 3 on the list, I put Riverside. Also, these are in no particular order. I just kind of put them on as I saw fit. So one of the big draws to Riverside that I see and I take into consideration is it features 2 of the top neighborhoods voted on a lot of websites. The one I kind of pulled from was niche.com. Got number 1 and number 3 respectively. Top neighborhood listed on there, we can make a whole nother video about this, is going to be Orange Crest. And then the 3rd one that's in Riverside is going to be Mission Grove. I'll do another video on those, but Orange Crest and Mission Grove are right next to each other. And both of those areas have incredible schools. I see a lot of people moving in from other areas specifically for that school district there. Another reason I like Riverside is the cost of housing is quite a bit less than, say, like Corona or Rancho Cucamonga, making it a little more affordable. The city of Riverside also features a ton of its own type of entertainment. You've got the Mission Inn, its own drive-through over off Van Buren, its own amusement park at Castle Park, the Riverside Arts Museum, downtown Riverside, which has a ton of restaurants, Icetown, where I play some hockey at, and much, much more. All right, moving on to number 4, we're going to go with the city of Redlands. Redlands is actually the smallest city on this list at a population of under 73,000. Redlands also has one of the more unique feeling cities, as it has kind of a small town vibe, and it feels very like you can feel like an older culture there. One thing Redlands is popular for is it has a lot of it has a big historic home district. A lot of the homes in the area have stayed true to kind of the original architecture and design. There's certain areas that the city actually regulates, and they have regulations where you have to kind of keep conform to those original housing styles. Redlands also has its own private university, so it kind of gives the city its own small town kind of college vibe, especially in that downtown area where there's also a ton of food, some bars, and a lot of areas for family to go to. Redlands also has a few breweries, which is a lot of fun and games for the kids. There's also a huge road biking culture in Redlands. They also put on their own bike race, the Redlands Classic. It's a 5-day tournament that spans a few of the cities around, and that's put on every year in April. Okay, number 5 on this list, I'm going to have to say Temecula. Temecula has a lot of family-owned businesses and also a wide variety of shopping. Temecula is also a very friendly feeling city when you're kind of out and about, or stopping at any of the local breweries, local wineries, local shops. You can just really feel that sense of community there, as well as a big pride of ownership in the area. Temecula is also regarded as very safe, with a very low crime rate. The public schools also have very high ratings, and you do have a lot of options for private schooling out in Temecula as well. It's also a very scenic area. You got a lot of mountains and hills kind of surrounding Temecula, but it does certainly have areas where you get that kind of like urban sprawl feeling, which is kind of concrete on concrete. But getting out of town, you definitely see a lot of natural beauty. Also, something I like about Temecula, you're about 45 minutes from Oceanside and about 45 minutes from North County, San Diego. And then for all the mamas, you got wine country. Now, since the IE features a ton of cities, it was really hard to break it down to 5. I'll give a few bonus cities that I wanted to put on the list, but each their own. The first city is going to be Beaumont. Beaumont's full of a lot of newer housing, and you got a ton of families moving there. They constantly have new build communities coming up, and every time I'm out that way, you still see kids playing in neighborhoods, which is always really cool. Second city, bonus city, is going to be Menifee. Menifee is just a little north of Temecula and Marietta. Menifee has a lot of newer housing as well. You got a lot of kind of master plan communities, so it feels a lot newer. That area too, you still see a lot of kids playing in neighborhoods from my experience. And they have a really nice kind of downtown center that they're building up, so all the shopping is just kind of in one spot. Another area would be Fontana. Fontana is just directly east of Ontario and Rancho Cucamonga. You have a big newer area of Fontana, which is really nice. Their schools are getting a lot better too. And the fourth bonus city, and this is actually the city that I grew up in, is Moreno Valley. Moreno Valley has a lot of newer areas. It's kind of established. You got a lot of families coming from Moreno Valley from like LA, Orange County, and kind of all over. Golf courses as a community college, but that's where I grew up, so it kind of has a special place in my heart. Now, if you enjoyed this video or you got something out of it and you have any friends or family that you think could benefit from it, please feel free to share it with any of them. Also, if you have any opinions or you maybe want to rank your own top 5, please do so in the comments. I'll try and respond. Also, please feel free to subscribe for new videos weekly. I try and get them out every single Thursday. Also, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here to serve and support you on the highest possible level. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you on the next one.